Some yesterday, Jim. Oh, it's a big fish that just jumped out. Right. Yeah, we'll go past. So, you mentioned Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Right? And influencers and followers. I go back to the example of We Are the World.
Yeah.
Because that's what this feels like.
Yeah.
A true moment of unity. I would love to be here to meet Cat Williams because he is from my hometown.
No
Cincinnati.
way.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And I want to be able to say
Okay.
I'm from Cincinnati as well.
Okay, let's invite him right now on video, and we'll put that out to his whole network.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Absolutely.
gonna keep him
And-
because I might have injured him, and I don't want to. I'll set it in really gently.
And I think that the individuals like that, I don't necessarily want to call them celebrities.
Right.
Because Dave Chappelle is from Ohio, Yellowstone.
Let's ask him to come too.
And that's not far from Cincinnati. I know exactly where. Not Yellowstone. What is it
Love
called?
Dave Chappelle's comedy, man.
Yes.
He's awake, isn't he?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, like,
yes,
very
yes.
much so, very much so. But when we say they're awake, right? So Dave has probably, where he lives in Ohio, he's been around farmland and farming, right? I don't know that like a Cat Williams has.
Right.
I don't know that like some of our celebrities like to have really seen what is a food forest or been on a farm to understand why the farm is important, or more important, why is urban farming or prairie urban farming. By the way, prairie urban farming, y'all, is this us who are happen to be in the suburbs.
Okay.
You know, with a little more land. And a
Okay.
little more opportunity because we have a little more land. So that's, your prairie urban, terry urban, right outside of the city. Not quite, 10, 20 acres, but 5 down to
Okay.
about 1 acre, but these individuals who some of our children look up to, these individuals that are our, what's the TV called? The live TV now.
Well, our influencers. I mean, the people that influence us to dress,
Yeah.
to have long nails, to have hair, to have lashes, to have Mercedes. How can those type of people influence us
There you go.
in the food industry and in purpose?
Well, Styles P and Jermaine Dupri were in a documentary talking about how they just changed their diet because it made them feel better, went to a more vegetarian type of lifestyle. Styles P has a juicing place there in New York. I forget the name, I'm sorry, brother. But the point is that they did that. What they did not have, or what they needed or was missing, was freedom to grow, was a food forest abundance program. That right there, they would have then said a lot more to people than, hey, just change your diet, it's gonna make you feel well. But now, here's what you need to do at your home, or here's what you need to do at your church. And this is another thing where some of my frustration has come in with the church, and they all know it, is that our church is our second greatest opportunity outside of our home in order to have food forest abundance.
Okay.
And that means that most of our churches have land around them, unused and or own land, and they also have a commercial kitchen.
Come
Most
on.
of our churches are not open 7 days a week unless we're doing child daycare. So there's a huge opportunity there, and I want to give shout outs to those churches who have farms, who have decided to go into hemp farming and get outside of the box, because that's where it starts. Somebody planted the seed, they see that things are opening up, and they decided to do it. And we need more pastors like that, and I'm glad to be working with a few pastors. I met Pastor Paul yesterday, working with a pastor out of Kansas, Curtis Pitts. Shout outs to them, because they are the ones who, I didn't need to reach out to them. They reached out to me and said, Jerry, how can we bring this information and knowledge, not just to our church, but to other pastors who I know want this information? Now I have somewhere to bring them, to show them, other than a community garden, a macro, something on a macro
Bigger
level.
scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That is doable.
Yeah, I love the fact that churches, we do have property.
Yeah,
We do have property, and we don't know what to do with it.
that's right.
Other than have maybe an outside event or make parking. But we definitely need to grow our food. As a church, that is the greatest witness. So imagine being able to grow a food forest on church property, having people come from the neighborhood. There are a lot of people that call churches every day for money for food and money for rent. That would be a great way for them to work, a great way for them to supply the food for their families, and a great way to share, care, and collaborate.
Oh, and create inspiration. The church is, like you said, it's one of the biggest opportunities in the world is when the churches come together and actually demonstrate the Garden of Eden. We will have the Garden of Eden.
Great point. Demonstrate the Garden of Eden,
Yeah.
and we will have the
Garden of Eden.
And you can preach that.
That all year long.
Everybody wins.
Wow, look at this amazing fish.
Yeah.
We're in Galt's Landing, Florida. Right here, food forest
No
abundance.
glyphates, no pesticides running off into your water. Just pure fresh water, fresh fish. You know exactly what you're putting into your system.
Come on, move out the way.
Come on. There she goes.
There was something else I wanted to